Hey guys, what's up? So we have a new update on Advanced Server and it's patch 1.6.98. First on our list is the scary buff on Natalia. Instead of having two faces, her ultimate now has charges. And it resets when you kill an enemy hero like this.
Legendary! Nothing is true. Double kill! Triple kill! Maniac! Savage!
This is like the reincarnation of old Karina. It resets 100% of its cooldown when killing a hero, while only 20% for jungle creeps. But that's not all. She can now trigger her passive damage as long as the target is under her smoke bomb. This means it doesn't matter if she's at the back of the enemy or not, the passive will still activate. To balance her new features, they had to lower the damage of her first skill. Her passive damage is also nerfed with a minus 15% attack scaling. Based on the developers, they wanted to improve her ability to hunt multiple targets. And since her ultimate can reset with jungle creeps, a core Natalia might even be possible now. Imagine the old Karina but invisible. Yeah, that's balanced, alright? Next is the buff on Badang. His first skill now has charges and he can store a maximum of 2. Charging time is 12 to 7 seconds and it scales with level. They also increase the initial and subsequent damage of the skill. They removed the cooldown reduction when his second skill doesn't hit a target and replaced it with a new feature. The skill will now give shield whenever it's used. The cooldown is also lowered from 10 down to 7.5 seconds. So not only can you trap the enemy, but you will now gain shield when inside the wall. It's also good for escaping because you get a dash and a shield at the same time. His ultimate now gains full CC immunity for the entire duration of the skill, unlike before, where it only lasts while the shield is on. And they remove the shield since you can already get it from his second skill. Ultimate damage is also increased. The logic of auto-targeting is now fixed for his 2-3 combo. It will now prioritize the enemy that is inside the wall like this. As you can see, he ignored the low HP enemy outside the wall. This is a pretty good set of buff for Badang. The shield on his dash is quite useful on many situations. And for those auto-aim users, you can now avoid those embarrassing moments with your ultimate. Next is the buff on Vexana. The developers heard your comments, so they are improving her slow knight, increased movement and attack speed for Lord Atticus. And it now has extra damage that is based on the target's maximum HP. That's 5% max HP each time her knight swings a sword. Is this enough to make her revamp worthy? I hope so. Next is the nerf on Terizla. Yeah, that was fast. The developers underestimated the impact of his new mobility, that's why he's getting axed. His second skill will now have longer cooldown, lower damage, and jump distance is slightly reduced. So what are you waiting for? Use Terizla while you can. Next is the nerf on Atlas, one of my favorite tanks, getting gutted again. The developers have seen his rise in ranks, so down he goes. Lower defense stats on his passive and reduce base damage on his first skill. Next is the nerf on Savior. They shortened the immobilized duration of his second skill from 1.5 to 1.2 seconds. Ultimate damage is also nerfed by a few points, but not everything is bad news for this guy. His first skill combo is adjusted to make way for a smoother 1-2 combo. What they did is tweak the force swing and flying speed so that we can easily perform the 1-2 combo just like a pro. Honestly, I have a hard time doing this on official server, especially when casting to the left side. Raise your hand if you're just like me. But now, as you can see, it's easier, I guess. Next is Johnson. He was caught overspeeding, so now he gets a nerf ticket. The developers think those squishy heroes are helpless against him, so they are lowering his ultimate damage. The reign of tanks is about to end. Next is the nerf on Julian. He is still overperforming despite his last adjustment, so now he gets lower damage on his enhanced first and third skill. That's minus 20 damage on his first and minus 50 on his third skill. And that's the end of the bad news. Now let's move on to the buff section. Tiny Harriet gets more base shield in the early levels for his second skill. Pretty Boy Alucard gains plus 10 base damage on his second skill. The Ancient Edit gets a shorter cooldown for her first skill. That's minus 2 seconds on all levels. Her knockup will be more spammable with a 6-second cooldown. Time Traveler Nathan gets another damage increase on his first skill. That's plus 25 base damage in the early level. The sword-wielding Benedetta gets a plus 5% attack scaling on her first skill. Martis gets another buff on his second skill with a plus 20% attack scaling. Melissa gets a shorter cooldown on her first and second skill. That's minus 1 second at max level. It's a move to make up for last week's adjustment. Next is the talent update. Some talents were removed temporarily for less confusion, while they added 3 new ones, and I'll discuss it on the next video. Last one is the changes to the new arcade mode, Hyperblend. Adjustments were made to its economy to increase the pace of the game. Now you get more gold, shorter respawn, better experience, and weaker tower defense. So what can you say about the new update? Do you like the changes on Natalia and Badang? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. That's all for this video. Stay safe and thank you for watching.